It's still real to me, damn it!
Now back to more of Wrestling on the Spectrum with Brody the Brain Herman, JC and Patrico on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
We're live in the J. Randolph Jr. studio here for this edition of Wrestling on the Spectrum. Brody, we were talking about John Cena before the break, and I said, I wanted to give this enough time. It's a very important event, especially for us wrestling fans. I want you to walk us through, and when I say walk us through, I don't just mean the match.
Okay.
Gunther comes out. Okay,
right, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
but walk me from the entrance, all the extracurriculars that happen, and then let's get into this match. John Cena's last match, Saturday night's main event versus Gunther. The last time is now.
Okay, so you're right. Both guys came out. John hit all of his classics, and Gunther kicked out of all of it. I'm like, oh, thank God he kicked out of the AA. And then for the last 5 minutes, it was an old. I don't know if it was. It's not. I don't want to call it old fashioned. But both guys, they're working the hold is what they really call it. When JR is like, they're working the hold or learn a new hold, this was what it was. Let me get Gunther's sleeper hold over. So John's in his mind, how do I get this move over? So he keeps wrestling, bug tussling, and then, of course, he's trying not to give up, hitting all of it, trying and just fighting hard, and you're a fan and you're with the struggle. Oh my gosh, he's going to do it, and maybe, just maybe, he's not going to give up, and then he's down, and finally he gives that tap out.
Little smile on his face.
A little smile.
Little smirk. I noticed it. Yeah,
I'm okay.
Yeah, hey guys, I think that was John Cena telling the WWE Universe, which, by the way, I will say, I don't think a lot of them accepted.
Right.
But I think that was his way of saying, like, hey guys, I tried my hardest. I just couldn't do it. And I'm just going to give up here. Like, it was almost a sense of relief from John. Like, guys,
absolutely.
I've tried so damn hard this match. I have tried my every trick in the book that I had.
Right.
I tried. And unfortunately, I haven't succeeded.
Right.
So I'm going to give up here, but I gave it my best shot. And that is quintessential John Cena.
Here's what I would say. And for people, it would be uncharacteristic for John to win, considering he is the company guy. He is the consummate professional. He's all about putting the business in a better place than where he found it. If he had just won, I don't want to celebrate John Cena's victory. I want to celebrate his career. And I think there's a difference between the two. We didn't need to celebrate the victory. He didn't need to just win. And not every wrestling show needs to leave you happy. It needs to leave you with a lasting emotion. I hate Gunther. He goes on Raw. He gloats about beating Cena. It's like Brock Lesnar saying he beat the streak. I made John Cena tap out.
Yep.
Listen. I retired Goldberg. That's great. This win was so much more important to get Gunther back on track after coming back from injury. This really establishes him as the legend killer, the career killer. They kept calling him the Terminator. I love that because they played right before the match. I'm the prototype, half man, half machine. We talked about it, and then Michael Cole did a great job of Gunther's the Terminator.
Yeah, I love it.
They kept playing that up so well. It was such a beautiful orchestra of a match. It was just best for business. For long term, Gunther's going to main event WrestleManias to come, many WrestleManias to come. John Cena is not. This was better for the long term to have Gunther win. It was great heat to have on Gunther. It was just excellent. It was just so beautifully illustrated. I would have done the exact same way. It would have done the same thing. No, it wouldn't have done the same thing. John Cena would have just passed out. No, he needed to tap out. It was the sign to the fans that he gave up.
Yes.
But it gives a heel something to gloat about. You have to give something back. And that was John in that moment tapping out. I'm giving back to you, Gunther. This is going to get you over so much by just having him tap out.
Yeah.
And that was really the message. It was great. It was beautiful to have Gunther win.
I know. I agree, too. And I also think the tap out was signifying John Cena tapping out on his WWE career. If he passes out, then we're just supposed to expect that this guy who just got choked out to the point where he passed out can get up and then bow and do the salute and watch the tribute video. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
But when John Cena taps out, that's him going out on his terms.
Exactly, on his terms.
Which is exactly what he did during this whole entire run.
Yes.
What he did was he took some bad advice. He then flipped the script and came back. And then what he did, and my favorite thing about it was he decided who he was going to put over and the way that he was going to do it.
Absolutely.
And that is John Cena to a T.
Yes.
And that is why John Cena is the greatest of all time. And I will refuse to have anybody, including you, Brody, the brain, tell me any different, that there is a professional wrestler that has wrestled in the ring that is more impactful and more important than John Cena.
There you go.
Do you agree?
I do think John Cena is one of the greatest professional wrestlers.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say one of the greatest. I said
I don't think he's the GOAT, but
Who's the GOAT in your eyes?
I would put Ric Flair as the GOAT.
Okay. You would put Ric Flair as the GOAT. Who has won more championships?
Cena by 1.
Okay. So that puts him in that category.
Okay.
Another thing I wanted to say is this. Ric Flair had some down years. Ric Flair had some real mid-card years. Ric Flair had some non-existent years. For 15 plus years, John Cena has been the guy.
Yeah.
The guy. And guess what? The few years that they did have him in the mid-card, he elevated that mid-card to damn near top level of the company.
There you go.
He is the great. Let me run down. And I know you guys already know this stuff, but let me run it down, okay? 17-time world champion. Recognized 14 WWE and 3 world heavyweight titles. Again, like you said, one more than Ric Flair. He is the 25th Grand Slam champion, having won every active title in the company. He won the Royal Rumble back in 2008 and 2013. He main evented WrestleMania 6 times, including the record-breaking once-in-a-lifetime match with The Rock. Which, by the way, it was not once in a lifetime. They did it again.
Yeah, right. I know.
Outside of the ring, he is a Make-A-Wish legend. Holds the Guinness World Record for the most wishes granted. Over 650, and they say there are hundreds that aren't even on the record. He is a star. A star in Hollywood. Peacemaker is a huge show.
Yep.
Every movie that John Cena touches is phenomenal.
Yes.
He's not always the main character, but he's in the movie because they know he's got star power.
Yes.
I remember him from Fred.
Yeah.
I mentioned that last week. Yeah, he was in Fred.
He was in so many movies, man. From kids' movies to adult movies to action movies to comedies, John Cena can do it.
Oh, yeah, he was in Fast and Furious.
He was in a bunch of them.
So was The Rock.
He was in the movie Sisters with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. He played a drug dealer, and his role was hilarious. He was in Daddy's Home.
Yes, he was.
His role was hilarious in that. And something I didn't know, do you know he has a children's book series?
He does.
And it's on the New York Times bestseller list. This dude is the greatest. And like I mentioned before, man, different from Stone Cold, different from The Rock. They had massive success, but it was at peaks.
Right.
Okay? The Rock, Stone Cold, they were the top of the game for peaks of time.
Yes.
John Cena, throughout all of his career, whether it be the rapper, whether it be the poster child for Fruity Pebbles and the PG era, whether it be this new John Cena hates and wants to ruin wrestling to the Last Time Is Now tour, he has adapted, he has evolved, and he has stayed relevant. And whether you loved him or you hated him, John Cena made you care about wrestling. And that's why, in my opinion, I believe he is the greatest of all time. That's it. I mean, listen, that's it, man. It's insane to me that I did not give this enough credit as I think I should have. Because there were years where I was not a John Cena fan. Like, I was like, I can't get behind this. Go eat Fruity Pebbles, man. I can't do this. But now, watching back, he was so important as I'm watching wrestling because as John Cena, his goal is one thing. And what's the goal of a professional wrestler? To get you to either love or hate them.
Yep.
That's what they want you to do. And I think John Cena embraced everything.
Yes, he did.
And it was absolutely incredible. Now, a question I do have for you.
Sure.
Obviously, there was all kinds of tributes before and after the match. Before the match started, he walked down to the ring, then he hopped out of the ring. Hops out of the ring and he says hi to some WWE legends.
Yeah.
RVD was there. Mark Henry was there. Michelle McCool. I know I'm missing a couple other people, but like there were some legends there. Kevin Owens,
yes,
was in the crowd, which I thought was very great to see him.
Sami Zayn.
Why was Sami Zayn there? Is it because he just wanted to be a fan?
I think he was there, and I think they are doing a Saturday Night's Main Event in Montreal next month, and I think
a little promotion there.
Yeah, a little promotion there to put Sami there. I thought it was great. Another thing, Tony, that was important too. He left his shoes in the middle of the ring. You don't do that unless you lose. The Undertaker did it, but that's the only time. Usually when you lose, he left his shoes in the middle of the...
You don't do that when you lose?
No, you do it when you lose.
Or you do lose it when you lose.
When you lose. Usually, in like amateur wrestling, if it's your final match and you lose it, or you could just do it any time regardless. But usually when they lose, they leave their shoes in the middle. John Cena left his shoes in the middle of the ring and gracefully walked out.
And I love that. I love that that's a little bit of history. I love that not a lot of people understand that. And so, like, if you're a newer wrestling fan, like, you probably don't know that. And you don't know that traditionally.
Right.
So, but if you do that now, like, that's really
it's
cool.
It's a traditional thing. He's a traditionalist to a T, if you want to call him that. Leaving his shoes in the middle of the ring. Just everything about John, it's just people don't understand because they're so used to nowadays. Well, not every wrestler would put a guy over on the way out. It would for John because John's always been a consummate professional, and that's characteristic of John.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to his character both in and out of the ring. The guy who's a Make-A-Wish granter, who has the world record for that, as Tony just illustrated for you, puts the guy over on the way out. And by the way, what a great job of doing, because you made Gunther a much bigger star.
Yeah. And I know I want to get to the Masked Man. I know we want to, that was revealed. But before we close the chapter on John Cena.
Sure.
What are your thoughts about the crowd booing Triple H when he comes out at the end there, and people being so unhappy about the finish? I mean, what else did they expect? Do you think Triple H leans into this and we go storyline with it, or do you think it's, hey, push this under the rug, we're just going to continue business as normal?
I think it'll be push this under the rug. I don't think he's going to be a heel character on television. He'll do voiceovers for a while and maybe not be, in front of the spotlight.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be good for Triple H to just stay off the wayside. Just let this
die down.
Just let this die down.
Yeah.
They can hate me all they want. Yeah, I was booked that way. But you know what? That's what he'll just say. You know what? You're not supposed to like when the heel wins. You're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be pissed. And that's what I did. I booked it for a heel to win. You're not supposed to like when the heel wins. It's not about it. That's wrestling. That's how John Cena sees it. You're not supposed to like when the heel wins.
Yeah, you're supposed to be upset. You're supposed to feel that emotion.
You're supposed to feel that emotion.
We go ahead and we close the chapter.